My name is Layla. I am 20 years old. I live in Afghanistan. Life here is never quiet. But that day was different. It was a Friday morning. The sky was clear, blue like peace. I wore my favorite yellow scarf. My mother said it made me look like sunshine. Sammy, my best friend, came to pick me up. He had that same smile, wide, warm, a little shy. We were not just friends. We were something more, something soft and beautiful that we didn't need to name. We walked through the busy street. People were laughing, buying fruits, shouting prices. The smell of fresh bread mixed with dust in the air. Sammy bought 2 pomegranates. He said, "For luck." I laughed. He always found small ways to make me smile. We planned to buy some gifts for my mother. She had been sick, and Sammy wanted to bring her a new shawl. He was kind like that, always thinking of others first. We walked side by side, our hands almost touching, but not quite. In Kabul, sometimes love hides in small spaces, in the quiet between 2 people who understand each other without words. We stopped near a shop that sold scarves. I remember the colors: red, green, blue, hanging like flags of a happier world. I told Sammy that I wanted to buy a white one. He teased me, saying it would get dirty in one day. I smiled and hit his arm playfully. It was a simple moment, one of those moments that you never think will become your last memory. Then it happened. A sound, loud, too loud to be real. The earth shook. The air cracked. My ears rang. For a second, I couldn't see. Only smoke, dust, fire. My body flew backward, hit something hard. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't hear my own scream. When I opened my eyes, everything was gray. The street that had been full of life was now broken, silent, and full of pain. People were running, shouting, crying. My heart searched for one thing: Sammy. I crawled on my hands and knees, calling his name. My throat was dry, my voice weak. Sammy, Sammy. My hands touched the ground, warm, wet, red. Then I saw him. He was lying near the fruit stall, his body still, his hand open, as if trying to reach for me. His face was covered in dust, but I could see his lips, that soft smile, frozen halfway, a smile that never finished. I ran to him. My legs were shaking. I touched his face, his hair, his cold skin. I whispered his name again and again, like maybe he could hear me if I said it enough. But he didn't move. He didn't breathe. His eyes were half open, looking at something I couldn't see. Someone was pulling me away, shouting that another blast might come. I didn't care. I didn't move. I just sat there, holding his head in my lap, rocking back and forth like a child. The world was noise and silence at the same time. When they took me home, I didn't cry. Not yet. My hands were shaking. My clothes smelled like smoke and blood. My mother held me, but I couldn't speak. That night, I sat by the window and stared at the dark sky. I kept thinking about that smile, the one that stopped halfway, the one that never reached his eyes again. Days passed, weeks. People said I was lucky to be alive, but I didn't feel lucky. I felt empty, like someone had taken a part of me and buried it under the rubble of that street. Every sound of a car backfiring made me jump. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw his face, peaceful and broken at once. Once, I looked in the mirror. My reflection looked back at me. Tired eyes, pale skin, lips trying to smile. I tried to smile again, the way I used to when Sammy teased me, but it felt wrong. It felt incomplete. The left side of my mouth lifted. The right side stayed still. A half smile, just like his. That's when I realized my smile had died with him. I stopped going to the market. I couldn't walk through that street again. The sound, the smell, the dust. It was all too heavy. But sometimes I dreamed I was there again. The colors, the light, his laugh echoing between the walls. And then the boom. Always the boom. A few months later, I went back. I don't know why. Maybe because I needed to see it once more, to believe it really happened. The shop was gone. The fruit stand burned. But near the corner, there was something small, almost hidden. 2 pomegranates on the ground, shriveled and brown. I picked them up and held them tight. I whispered, "You said they were for luck." I sat there for hours. The street moved around me, life trying to return. Children played. Men sold bread. Women carried baskets. Cobble was breathing again, even after so much pain. But inside me, a part stayed silent. A part stayed with him. Every year, on that same day, I go back. I buy 1 white scarf and 2 pomegranates. I sit near the place where we laughed for the last time. I don't cry anymore. I just close my eyes and feel the wind touch my face. Sometimes it feels like him. Soft, warm, gentle. People say I should move on. Maybe they are right. But how can you move on when your last smile still waits for you in a dusty street, under a broken sky? Now when I smile, I see his smile too, the unfinished one. I see it in mirrors, in windows, in puddles after rain. My smile is never whole anymore. It is half light, half shadow, half me, half him, but I think that's okay. Maybe love is not about forever. Maybe it's about moments, small, fragile, but real. The way he looked at me that morning, the way he left before everything ended, the way he still lives, not in breath, but in memory.